What's up, North County? Welcome to the Morning Brew. And this morning we have special guest hosts. We have Melissa Hayden with 5-Star Rain Gutters. Welcome.
Morning, Randy. Thanks, North County, for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Thanks for being a sponsor of the What's Up North County show.
Well, when you brought it up months ago, I was like, oh my God, I want in, but you weren't doing sponsors yet. So I was like, okay, now I'm in.
Well, we appreciate it. So we appreciate you listening. And Cleo listening?
Yeah, I stream it every morning, and it's on my car when I'm driving Cleo to school and driving back to work and stuff. It's pretty fun.
Now, did you click on the little button? So do you get a ring like when we go live, or?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I'm not sure, because I just look for it and then it's like, there it is. So I just watch it.
So you just know 7:30, we're rocking and rolling, and then we have our interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got to figure out how to make it easier to click, so that way people get a bell, like when we go, like right now.
Like, you can probably turn on your notifications for that stream if you're on Facebook, because you can do that notification. I just hadn't thought that far yet. I just know at 7:30 I'm going to watch Randy and What's Up North County.
Yeah, well, awesome. It's super fun. We're having a great time with it, and I mean, we're what, 7 months into this?
Yeah. You've had some great hosts. You've had some great special guests. You've had some great ideas, and like letting everybody in the North County know what is happening for the week and for the holidays has been amazing.
Or we try. We try. Sometimes, like I said, we got an itinerary today, but we might get off track.
Like this?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Pretty much, yeah.
So go to Facebook and do notifications, click on What's Up North County, and then you know who to watch at 7:30 in the morning here in the North County, because it's a lot of area. Yeah.
Well, there you go. So tell me a little bit about Melissa, and tell me a little bit about 5-Star Rain Gutters.
Well, 5-Star Rain Gutters was started in 1986 by my parents, David and Cindy. They've been doing rain gutters forever. And my brother has been working for the company for over 20 years, and I've been with them for 10 years. I lived in Colorado for a long time, raised my kids there, and then came back when my mom wanted some help with the company. So I've been back here for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
We lived in Templeton in our high school year. So my brother and I are familiar with the area, familiar with the people. We just went to a different school because we graduated from Atascadero.
Okay.
So, because my dad's shop was in Atascadero. Right. And so he drove us to town every day. And
very cool.
Yeah. So
and you guys are probably got hammered during this last. I mean, what do you call this year? Like rain all the time?
I don't even know. Like, I called it a monsoon season. Like, people were calling. We were getting hundreds of phone calls a day. And I am one person trying to manage this office and all of those phone calls. Jeez. And my mom would try to help. And it was just, we did the best that we could do with the help that we had.
Yeah.
And nobody was expecting the season that we got. And people were either super, super nice about it, or they were like, it needs refixed today. Right. And I just was like, so does 100 other people. So
do you have the little please hold button and they just play music, like elevator music?
Yes. Yes.
Please hold.
Please hold. Please hold. So it's the longest running gutter company in the North County, being started in 1986, has not ever changed owners, has not closed down. Like other gutter companies, Bobcat, Crown, those that were there before 5-Star have not been around for years.
And some of those you guys have absorbed too.
We have actually never done that.
Really?
Like, even when the gutter man was selling his, he didn't ask us. He didn't say, hey, do you want to, so he sold it to another young couple, and they changed their name to Slow Gutters, which is great. They're our neighbors. They're a great company, but we've been around the longest, and we train in-house, and our guys,
wow.
I've got 20-year veterans hanging gutters.
No kidding.
Like, they've been doing it for so long that's just what they do and what they like, and like, okay, thanks.
So right now you guys are operating at that capacity as far as like trying to catch up from like all the calls from back then, or?
No, all of that, we're moving forward, man.
Yeah.
People are now, they're building, contractors are building, we get plans for new properties going up, hotels and things like that. So the storm season that we got, that really starts for us in October, we're able to maneuver through that and do the best that we can. And now it's all new stuff. People aren't really calling about their houses flooding because the rain's over, but now they're like, let's be preventative, let's get water catchment systems, let's do this. And so we're helping to move forward with that.
Yeah, because they say it's going to be it's going to be El Nino.
Yes. They're talking about storms next week, right? That's what
I know.
And I'm like, I don't know if we're ready for that.
We went over the waterfall. We're in the land of the lost.
Right. Well, and even like the days that it rained last week, like out of nowhere, it's May and it's raining. Right? And I'm like, it's raining.
Yeah, but you got to think, that's kind of cool because you can kind of feel that heat was coming.
Right.
Right. And we're known in the North County for the heat, right? And it's not so much, Mother Nature doesn't go, let's gradually, it's 70, let's go to 80 for a month. It's like, let's go from 60 raining and possibly snow flurries to 117. Yeah.
Yes, overnight.
Right.
You are like, okay, it was 40 degrees last night. 5 hours later, it's 900. Like, it's so hot here. And yes, the rain brings some relief. The cloud cover brings some relief.
Oh, knocks down the pollen. So I'm good with that. The pollen, I can, like, it's like borderline. It's like going, should I sock them in the sinuses or should I just wait a little bit?
Right. So and that's what, like, David, my husband, he delivers mail in Santa Margarita, and he's like, I need my Claritin because the pollen's so bad out there, the flowers and the wild animals around and stuff, because it's all rural,
right?
Miles and miles.
Does he get to go out to like California Valley and stuff?
No, he doesn't have that side. Another delivery guy does.
Oh,
so but he is. I can't, like, Park Hill and like way out there, and I'm like, It was funny because everybody was going out to see the blooms. And he was like, I had 3 people in Teslas, like, lost trying to get to 58, and they're following signs, but they're following the wrong signs. So he's trying to give directions to these people in these Teslas that are lost, trying to get to the blooms. And I'm like, sorry, honey, because he's just trying to deliver mail.
Right.
So.
Well, really, the blooms were going all over the place. Heck, you could just go over to the Bakersfield in Fresno. It's like the whole mountains were covered in orange, blue, and yellow. It was amazing. I've never seen it before, but it's pretty cool.
I don't think we've seen it look like that, right? Like how orange everything is and how green that grass has been.
Oh, yeah.
So, and for as long, right? Like snow season, like it extended so long that people are skiing in Colorado still. Like it just...
Well, it's funny that you say that. So there's a place, if you're familiar with, over in the valley, Tulare.
Yep.
So there's a place called Tulare Lake.
Okay.
Okay. But ironically, they built houses on this because this lake hasn't been a lake in however many umpteen years, right?
Oh, I can't imagine.
And so now where all this Tulare Lake is, and Coach Crow, Lori Crow, actually, if you're watching, you guys probably know this place. But the snow, because of all the snow and all the runoff, well, they can't really divert the water somewhere else. It's coming down, and they're afraid this lake's going to fill up again.
Well, that's what I thought was weird when they started building all the homes in the Paso River, like in the Salinas, all right next to it, all so low. And I'm like,
yeah,
we're going to get water there. All those houses are going to flood.
Came close.
Yeah.
It came really, really close.
So for like 5-star, we did help a lot of families that were calling and their houses were flooding. And, now they're all working with insurance agencies trying to get their houses rebuilt. So they're calling to be like, okay, I need some paperwork for the insurance company. Let's get this, because all these houses, so much damage.
Especially the houses over there by the Tascadero Creek. Right behind that. We drove back there, and we saw a lot of houses underwater, people walking through there with their stuff. And my biggest concern was these houses still had they still had lights on.
Right.
In the water. And I'm thinking to myself going, water, electricity, you in it right next to the house. Hell no.
Yeah, right. You're like, I don't want to get electrocuted today.
Yeah, you're talking about, Dave was here the other day talking about crawdads boiled. I mean, there's no way. I mean, you might as well just walk in right into a crawdad,
Right.
right there. No way.
Yeah.
So, but I couldn't believe that it was still on, and I couldn't believe that people were like, weren't like.
And they're just like da, walking through, and you're like, get out of the water.
I know, gosh.
It's been a crazy season, but now that we've seen it, I think we can be better prepared, right? Like,
yeah, hopefully.
You know where to buy a house in the future.
Right.
Like, let's not buy a house on the river or into this old creek or in a lake. Like,
yeah.
It's crazy. It's so
crazy. Things are crazy, but we haven't seen rain like that in a long time. So
very long. When I was in high school, the Atascadero, like the creek overflowed and it flooded one of my friend's houses. So I've seen it. Just it's been a long time. I mean, that was the 90s.
Right. Well, I mean, that's funny because back then, we used to have seasons. We'd have rainy, the rainy season, which was typically October-ish to maybe February, maybe January.
Right.
And then it would kind of go into spring, and then summer would start, now, May.
And we always had fair weather. The 2 hottest weeks of the year was always the fair.
And when was the fair?
In July.
No, it
was in
August. It was always the week before. It would end the week before. What was it? What's
Labor Day,
Labor Day weekend, and then Labor Day weekend would start. School would start the Tuesday or whatever. And now the fair is back to July.
Right.
So
and the weather moved with it.
Yeah.
Like it didn't. It didn't change. Like there's fair weather.
I agree. Well, speaking of everything that's going on, so we've got some things that's coming up this weekend.
So many things.
So we've got the Estrella Warbirds, the 14th annual Wings. What is it called? Wings and
Warbird Wings and Wheels.
So, and you guys, because you are part of the Mid-State Cruisers.
Yes.
And so obviously you guys are going to be here.
Yes.
So this is Mother's Day weekend. Kicks off Friday night with Monty Mills and the Lucky Horseshoe playing, I'd imagine, probably in the hangar at the Estrella Warbirds.
Yes.
So tell me about the Estrella Warbirds.
The car show is amazing. You get to go walk through all the museum stuff for free. You get into the Warbirds, you see all these cars. If you are entered a car, you get a fabulous picture of your car with a Warbird, with one of their planes.
Right next to one of the planes?
Right next to one of the planes. It's very exciting.
And it's a pretty cool layout for like the kids.
Yes.
They see all these nostalgic, wartime.
They get to go into the cockpits. They get to go into tanks. So you bring kids out, and they have a kid play area with jump houses, and you can get your face painted. They have food, but the kids can play in these old armored, tanks, planes. You can go up and get your picture taken into them. It's very neat. You can pay money and go on a plane ride.
Oh, through their virtual.
No, like they actually do a plane.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never done it because it's money, but you can.
Really? Are they doing that? What are they doing? The Betsy Bomber?
I think it's just something smaller. I'm not sure it's one of like the actual Warbirds. I'm not sure, but I know that they have an option, and they have on the far side, like, because they have the hangar over here, then on the far side over here is like a landing strip, and they use that.
Huh, let's see.
It's pretty neat.
Interesting. That's yeah, they got well, it doesn't.
And then they have a bands play, and you're walking around, and lots of cars to look at.
Over 300 cars showing entries parked there
Yes.
amongst the grounds.
Amongst the ground. So some cars are parked underneath the warbirds. Like there's all these planes, so they're looking for shade. They park underneath because it's going to be hot this weekend. I
Right?
hear
It's
like
supposed to be
in
like
the
in the
80s or something.
90s. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So and
my
yeah,
God.
they have live music and food vendors. It's a lot of fun.
Very cool. And really that's that's one of our North County gems.
Yes.
That, unfortunately, because it's, out by the airport, there's no real big draw.
Right.
Nobody's just driving by and going, "Hey, what's that?" You almost have to hear from it. You have to be introduced to it by somebody.
Right.
Word of mouth like this. But it's a super cool place. And you got Joe's One Nighter Diner right there.
Right. You've got the other Joe's places there.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't been there. I haven't been out to there. I only go once a year for that.
Oh yeah. So you're like all the other ones that just only go during the show, but there's so much cool stuff there to offer.
Yes. There is. There's a lot of, and they're expanding all the time.
Yeah, they just bought all the property next to them, so they're going to be expanding with that.
Yep.
But it's a really cool local place. It's our veterans, it's our wartime, equipment, vehicles.
There's so much
everything.
history and so much nostalgia with it.
Right.
Like if your kids are talking about joining like the army or something and you take them out there and show them how amazing, what these are, mechanics or flying or things like that. It's just such a good opportunity for them to learn our history.
Right.
Because we didn't come from that. Like even our generation, we had one war.
Right.
In the Middle East, but we didn't, it's not like it was during the earlier wars.
Yeah, no, you definitely got to get out to the Australia Warbirds this weekend. Friday and Saturday. The car show. The car show is amazing. Yep. This is their 14th annual. Like I said, it's just a huge event. And if you like cars, if you like food, and you like, I'm sure there's gonna be vendors there. So just get out there to the Australia Warbirds, which is out by the airport road, and check them out. So that's gonna be awesome. So let's we'll have Lori Bryant calling in shortly. So let's go to commercial, and we will gather our thoughts, and we'll be right back.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
Welcome back to What's Up North County Morning Brew Show, and we have our guest Melissa Hayden with 5 Star Rain Gutters with us today, and we have Lori Bryant from SLO County News on the phone with us, reporting from Pass Robles.
From the couch.
From the couch. Well, you're in the war room. We just heard the scanners and the sirens going off.
Yes, there It's an alert 1, category 1. So there's a plane that's having an issue, but that doesn't mean that it's going to crash or anything. It's at the San Luis airport, so we just have to wait to see what they say.
Oh my Lord.
That's actually the only thing I have this morning. It literally just happened while we were on the phone.
Oh my gosh.
So,
alert 1. So they're crazy.
Yes. So what they do is say there could be a possible mechanical. Yesterday they had a plane that was having landing gear problems. He landed fine, but what they do is they call everybody out just to be safe, right? So it may be nothing, truly. We won't know until they get there and they give a report. But that happened yesterday and now this morning. Right now on the phone.
Oh my
with
goodness.
You. So I can't give you an update because I won't get one until probably we hang up like usual. But other than that, everything looks clear. Remember today, 41 at the 46 exchange will be closed to 33 all the way. So they are telling people to use the 46. They are getting that road widened. It'll be today from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and tomorrow from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Wait, they're closing,
there will be also
closing
some
41
done.
all the way over to Bakersfield?
I don't know how far it goes. I know it's closed. It just said closed. I sent Eric the Caltrans thing, and it's closed. They're
Wow.
closing it down to get the road widened.
Holy cow.
And then tomorrow there'll be some more work over on R41. So be aware of that, and I'll let you know what happens with that tomorrow morning.
Okay.
We did have one accident southbound 101 past LOVR, but that's been cleared up, and our roads look great, and it's cloudy outside. It's going to warm up, and it looks like the rain that was forecasted for next week is not coming. It's not going to show by my thing, but that could change.
You know what, Lori,
we're gonna
and you might know this. There's one of the greatest meteorologists that resides in Paso Robles. I don't know if you've ever met him.
John Lindsay.
Nope. This is probably the most accurate, most popular meteorologist, weatherman, weather person, celebrity, probably in the North County. And it's a rock behind Paso Robles Inn that says, if I'm wet, it's raining. If I'm hot,
That is true.
it's sunny. And it's right all the time. You know what I'm saying?
It is. It's right there. That rock is famous, actually.
Yeah, it's a famous rock. It's never wrong. So,
Nope.
I mean, we gotta just film that every morning.
I should just walk down there and send that picture to you every day and say, this is the weather report for today. Well, for right now. Now this could change in an hour.
Right. This is known to change after we go off the air here. Awesome. Well, Lori, we appreciate you calling in and letting us know about what's happening in the North County and all the ways that we can stay safe and, get to work and get home and have a joyful day. Did we lose her?
I think Lori's gone.
All right. Well, Lori, thanks for calling in. We always appreciate you. Slow County News. Make sure you follow them. You follow Slow County News?
I do.
That's amazing.
There's so much information.
28,000 followers.
Yeah.
I think when we started hooking up with them and following and, having them call in, they were at 22,000.
Oh,
Lori's back.
Which,
We're going to talk to Lori one more time.
Lori, go ahead.
You hung up on me.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. We didn't know if you got a code red or call or something that you had to bounce out.
Nope. Everything's good. So just be safe today. Watch for construction and have a wonderful day. It's going to be a gorgeous day, another gorgeous day here on the Central Coast.
Awesome. Thank you again, Lori, so much. We appreciate you and everything that you guys offer and provide for the residents of North and South counties.
All right, you too. Thanks a lot. Bye,
Okay.
Eric. Bye.
Bye-bye. So they have a bunch of followers and they're always reporting stuff with pictures and I
Yep.
mean it's like It's like, it's funny because when we were trying to find stuff to talk about, excuse me, for the morning brew, we were looking for news articles and stuff like that, and you can't find anything.
Because there's nothing that happens here.
I don't think
there was a cow loose yesterday.
Well, I think there's some things that happen. Like, for instance, yesterday morning they had Old County Road. Old County was closed. Yeah, you have that. I mean, there's things that go on, which is, I guess, maybe that's good that we don't have a lot of news. It's not like, Los Angeles.
I was gonna say LA. We're not LA.
Yeah, to where we don't. Oh my gosh, we just had another breaking news just now, and I mean, we never get off the air, and we just talk about, we'd be like all the other, depressing news stations that talk about depressing things.
No, but here, like, we have happy things, right? Like, we've got great events and great people, and not a lot of like awful newsworthy things. So it's
Totally.
That's why people come here. So stop coming.
That's right, because we do have a massive amount of things. Now I will say something. So this was just in one thing of news that you got to pay attention to. So our DA is warning people to not buy property from suspicious people.
Well, yeah, because
everybody's seen them. So I was just thinking about this morning. So you got Marketplace, on Facebook. You got, the old Craigslist. I was listening to The Grade this morning on the way in, and Bob and Tom is on there, and they were talking about Angie's List. Now it's called Angie's. But I'm thinking to myself, going, okay, what's real, what's fake? And then now with the DA, people are selling fraudulently vacant and properties that have liens on them and stuff like that, and it's like, how do they do that? How do you sell something that's not yours, and a transaction happens and everything looks so legit,
right,
that you walk away, go, hey, I just bought this property over here on Vineyard in Las Talbas for $25,000.
Right,
the guy gave me a deal. Crazy.
So when we moved here, we did not have a place. We lived with my mom for about a year, but then we saved up a bunch of money, and we're going to find a rental, because I had 2 high school kids. Like, we need to be on our own. And we did that. That happened to us. So
really,
the guy was renting a house in Atascadero, and we're smarter than that. Like, we didn't fall for anything, because there was a lot of, I'll mail you keys, you mail me money, like all of this.
No,
like
kidding.
Right away, you're like, okay, that's not legit. So when we drove over to the house and there were dogs and people, I'm like, well, that was a scam. So.
And how did you find this person? How did you find this rental?
Craigslist.
Really?
Like, they're like renting this 3-bedroom house, whatever. And there was an address so we could go and see it, but when you're reading through all the things, it's like mail. And I'm like, okay, that's not a real thing. Like, nobody mails money. Nobody mails keys. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So when we went and looked at the house and saw the dogs and the people, I'm like, okay, that was a scam. So now if you go to COVID, right now, like 10 years later, there's the shutdown and people are fighting over houses, right? And they're like, here's $100,000 over what you're asking in cash. Like, everybody had all this money, right? So I think that they found a way to get people. Does that make sense? Because people were buying houses sight unseen in this area and just offering so much money over the asking price. So now there's people that are like, oh, there's a draw for that. Let's see what I can find, because, there's always somebody, right?
Now I always just assume nowadays everything is a scam. I take everything as a scam unless I know you or some, you're not a scam, type deal. Because I've seen like stuff on Marketplace, just like to buy a washer and dryer here in Templeton, that people are saying the same thing. They wanted to, hey, it's there, just go pick it up, but send me money.
Right.
And somebody posted that they went there and there's actually no house there at this address, and it's like,
Well,
I
like
don't get it.
they're scamming like kids going missing for
Right.
money. They're scamming like yard sales. Like, here's all these pictures. Send me money. I'll hold it for you, and then your money's gone. So, I mean, I think that where we're at, we're lucky with social media that people are warning us of those dangers.
Right.
You know, and like the DA getting on board, saying something like, "Hey, do your research."
Well, yeah,
You
not
can't
only
believe anything just at face value anymore. You really have to dig deep.
Yeah, not only like vacant land and property, but I mean it should be, should go into like merchandise and vehicles, and I mean there's so many other items that
Right.
this could fall into this category.
It's
So, but it just blows me away because some things I said, I mean, I can usually sit there and go, okay, immediately recognize, like when you get an email,
Right.
from hey Randy, I'm stuck in Zimbabwe and I don't have my cards and my parents aren't answering the phone. Can you wire me $500 in Target gift cards? Yeah, Melissa, I'll do that right now, so that way you can get back to America from Zimbabwe with your Target cards. But people do that.
right.
People go, oh yeah, I gotta send you some Target cards. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if people are just
took some brains,
desperate, or they're not,
Yeah,
informed,
right.
or they're 90 years old and they don't have anybody protecting them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, for people to fall for that. I'm like, just do your research.
Yes.
Like, there's other things.
So if it's too good to be true,
Yeah,
it probably
probably
is. Okay. So there's a reason for these things.
yes.
So when you see a pristine Jeep on Marketplace for $1,500 and this thing is immaculate, it's probably not $1,500.
Probably
So
not.
it's probably as soon as you click and then you click that other button, somehow you're going to get hacked and then somebody's going to take your person your
So that happened with
profile.
me with the Netflix.
that hit to you too.
Yeah.
Hey,
like
what is
a
going on with
week
you, Melissa?
ago. I was
Everything
like,
happens to you. Everything. Hold on, let me see what else I mentioned.
Okay, we got Amy on the phone.
We got Amy on the phone.
Can you hear us, Amy?
Hi,
All right,
good
well, let's go to one of our other sponsors. We have Amy and Jamie's Place here. We have Amy on the phone. They make amazing food. Now, Amy, Melissa's never been to Amy and Jamie's Place, but she has vowed to go there daily for the next 7 months and try every piece of equipment, every piece of food, item, drink that you guys offer there.
Awesome. Well, it's going to take you more than 7 months because we change the menu every day.
Oh,
Nah,
Something to look forward
gotcha.
to.
well,
Yes.
I'm sure it's always warm welcome too.
Yes. If you want to call it warm, it's warm, it's hot, it's funny, it's arguing, it's yelling, it's lots of fun. I always say it's like coming to our house without the tequila.
Well, we know about that tequila part.
Hey, did you what? Why was there a delay there? What happened? You guys, did you not get my joke?
Yeah.
We don't have an ABC license here, but we pretend we do because we have so much fun.
Awesome.
So see, you can have fun here.
Well, perfect. Well, what does Amy and Jamie's Place have going on this weekend?
Well, we are doing our first ever Mother's Day brunch, and it's Sunday from 10 to 1. And we have a wide array of foods, dessert, prescription coffee, and we have Rowdy Yates is coming. He's a friend of ours, and we've hired him to come play for all of us. So we're going to have live music.
That's
I know.
And it's going to be a great weekend.
It's going to be a beautiful weekend. We do have seating inside and out for this. We have a bunch of big round tables outside, and we have some inside seating as well. It's more of a family style environment. So if there's only 2 of you or 4 of you, you might be sitting with some neighbors and make some new friends.
Awesome.
Are you doing
So that's what we got
reservations,
going
or is it
on here.
walk-in only?
Yes, thank you for asking. I'm wrapping burritos right now as we speak. So we are reservations, so we know how much food to make, and we're going to have a buffet so you can eat as much as you'd like. It's $49 for adults and $15 for kids under 8, and you can just stay for 3 hours and eat.
Well, perfect. That sounds like
Yeah.
all the other times we come to Amy and Jamie's place, we stay there for hours and eat for hours.
It is. That's right. It's going to be the same, but it's going to be really relaxed and fun. And you won't see me, running around like a chicken with my head cut off like you guys normally see. But Jamie will be here cooking away, and Christine and Kenny, and we're all just going to celebrate Mother's Day together. And, we are working, but we're also celebrating the day together because a lot of us don't have moms, and my mom's up in Stockton. She's almost 96. Wow. And I can't be with her. So I'm a mom of 2, and my kids are across, far away. So I don't want to be sad on Mother's Day, so I want to spend it with all of you.
Perfect. So Amy, tell me again, how does somebody make reservations and where you're located?
Okay, so call us at 805-434-1800. That is between 7 and 3 every day. So you're going to have to call either today or tomorrow. And then, or you can, we have another number, but it's a 925 area code, 413-7901. You can call or text that number if it's after hours. And then we're located at 1255 Las Tablas Road, which is in Templeton. It's on the side of the hospital. So as you come down towards the hospital, you turn left into our driveway and come around to the back. It's basically on the corner of Las Tablas and Posada. So if you've been to the doctor, it's right in the middle of all the doctor's offices, right past the hospital. It's on the opposite side of the hospital. You'll see our green banners outside. It says Amy and Jamie's Place. And yes, so
awesome.
Come on by. We're open 6 days a week from 7 to 3, closed on Sundays.
Except for this Sunday.
Except this Sunday.
This Sunday, we have Mother's Day brunch from 10 to 1.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, Amy, thank you so much for calling us and telling us all about this, and we will do our part.
Guys. Sorry.
Hello?
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
No
I said thank you guys for doing everything you do for all of the small businesses on the coast and being our friends.
Awesome. We appreciate you as well. Thank you so much, Amy, and happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thanks, y'all. We'll see you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Amy and Jamie's Place, you got to go there. Serious business. You will not want to not go there. Serious. I mean, they come out with these dishes that go, you know what? Jamie was just back there and he grabbed this and he grabbed that and mixed it together and put some other stuff on it. And what do you think? And you just go, oh my gosh. They're like, we're thinking about putting this on the menu. Oh, you probably should.
You probably should.
Yeah, it's another. I mean, there's so many just different jewels in Templeton.
Yes.
And I feel like even myself, I don't get out enough.
Right.
I feel like I get out, but I don't. Does that make sense? It's
right.
Like you almost have to walk in order to get out. Like I've always wanted to go walk from First Street in Paso down to 31st and then go on the other side and walk back the other way. Is that nuts?
That's a lot of walking.
That is a lot of walking, but I feel like when we go hiking, or we used to, guys, thanks for screwing up the hiking things, but we'd go hiking and sometimes we would just walk through down, we've done to Templeton, walked around, went down to the river, walked down the river, came back. And just like when you walk, you get to see some things that you wouldn't normally see because you're driving, everything's so fast.
Right, everything is so fast.
But businesses or
there's so many gyms, right?
Totally.
not just restaurants, but mercantiles or hairdressers. There's like so many hidden things that you're like, how did I not know about this?
Oh, totally. Well, the Tascadero would be one.
Yeah.
You know, you go down in Entrada, like we were at the Tamale Fest last weekend. Did you go? Oh my gosh.
Where was I? I was at the car show in Morro Bay.
Oh, that's right. The car show was over there going on.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday they had a wasn't there a street fair in Cayucas?
I was at a car show in Morro Bay.
So that was all weekend long.
Yeah, that started Thursday.
Oh wow.
So, and Friday night they had their cruise night, and then Saturday was the show. And so I went Saturday because we didn't have softball.
So being with Mid-State Cruisers, you guys now are in car show like season.
Yes.
So last weekend was Morro Bay. This coming weekend is going to be the Estrella Warbirds.
Yes.
And then, I mean, gosh, there's
Paso Robles, their car shows coming up. The Golden State Cruisers, theirs is in May. And then probably Cambria, Pismo. There's a whole bunch that
Wow.
are coming up. Yeah.
Now, do you guys do the cruise night? Do you go and do the, like, you know how they have their
Yes.
Friday nights? Like, say, let's see, we're the second Friday, right?
So it
We're
should be in Tascadero.
be
this
at
weekend.
Tascadero this weekend.
Yeah.
So,
I don't do it every week because softball and a car, and some of the cruises are not great.
oh,
Like,
really?
and Tascadero is a long stretch of El Camino, and so people go out, and it's a great turnout, but they don't necessarily drive it. They might go with their cars and park and eat,
Right.
but they're not necessarily
They're
cruising.
just watching it.
Right.
Right.
So,
But I think the real birth of the whole cruising, you know, the rebirth, I should say, of cruise night was, you know, during COVID. There was nothing going on.
nothing.
And
They started cruising in San Luis. Like when could you ever cruise in San Luis? And that, I think that's really what started in the North County, is because San Luis started hosting a cruise night, or some people in San Luis were just going on cruises. So then people were hearing about it. They're like, well, let's do one. And so they started the TAPS, the Templeton, Atascadero, Paso, Santa Margarita.
right.
And Napomo does it too. So, but for North County, like, you know, you get your ideas from other people. So,
Right.
But it's super grown and been super exciting to see for all those cars to
Awesome.
come out, and for the camaraderie, you know, the people and the food and
Yeah,
the
yeah, very
cars.
cool, very cool. Well, awesome. Well, oh my gosh, we're way past.
What?
So we are at 8:15. We are beyond our time frame. But Melissa, thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it. Really appreciate your sponsorship. Really appreciate everything you do. And thanks for coming on as a guest host this morning.
Thanks for having me on, Randy, and thanks for Central Coast for watching me. And I can't wait to be on the show again.
For sure. Awesome. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it, guys. Thanks for tuning in to What's Up North County. Want to thank Melissa Hayden with 5-Star Rain Gutters for coming on the show and being our guest host this morning. But as always, we can't do this without our sponsors. We'd like to thank Escalar Wines, Wine Travelers Hideaway, Rancho Sestero Meat Cutting, Visit Atascadero, 805 Customs, Story Termite Pest Control, El Red Rooster, Pacific 805, Airflow Filter Services, Kennedy Club Fitness, Paso Robles Furniture, Amy and Jamie's Place, and now 5-Star Rain Gutters, guys. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.
3, 2, 1.